Hello and welcome to the Wayne State Men's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Laura Davis and this is one of the players, Kendall Jacks. We're doing something new here with the Coaches Show. We're going to talk to Kendall a little bit about the games coming up on Saturday, Augustana, and Monday, William Jewell, non-conference game. So Kendall, just tell me a little bit about Saturday. How important is it? You guys already played Augie and lost in overtime, so that's obviously going to sting a little bit. So tell me a little bit about just the game coming up on Saturday and what it means to you.
It's just another game. It's the next one we have, and it's basically the most important game we have. So, we already played Augie once, and it was a very close game. We think we let one go there, but it's just another tough conference opponent, and we just got to come in, outwork and out-prepare.
Personally, what have you been working on this week to prepare for Saturday?
Just watching a little bit of what we did last time, working on new things, new schemes. They're just not too much has changed because, we played them, probably not even 3 weeks ago, but, just going over the fundamental things that we've been working on all year. So,
what are some things that you saw in film from the first game, that you want to change going into Saturday?
I think we rebounded fairly well. I think we could do a better job of that. And, if we just defend really hard and really well in Saturday's game, I think that'll give us a good opportunity.
How do you mentally prepare for quick turnarounds like Saturday and then obviously Sunday you're going to have to start thinking right into William Jewell. So how do you prepare mentally for that?
Lots of sleep, just basically just mentally preparing myself by, just taking it slowly and, just starting the morning off normally, do nothing different, and, just take it one day at a time.
Awesome. I'm here with Jeff Kaminsky, men's basketball head coach. We just talked to Kendall Jacks a little bit about the games coming up. So give me a little bit, touch on what Kendall didn't touch on. What are you guys really hoping for the game on Saturday, offensively and defensively?
And I know you talked with Kendall a little bit about our preparation this week, and we finally had a whole week, of being here to prepare, but a little bit out of the routine because we also have finals this week. So we did give our guys Sunday off, Monday off, and really went pretty light on Tuesday, focused mainly on some fundamental things. And as we got through the week here, then really can start preparing for Augustana. And, we did just play them a few weeks ago, so there's a lot of familiarity there, and so we'll not only take some things from the games in between that they've played, but a lot from that first game. And I don't think there'll be a lot of changes. Certainly personnel, there's not going to be a lot of changes. What they do is what they do, and what we do is what we do. So we, I thought, played well up there, just didn't play well enough to win. And one of the big things is we got in a lot of foul trouble. We had 5 guys fall out, and I was looking for bodies at the end of that game. So we really had to use our entire bench, which we certainly don't mind doing, but we had some key people fall out in that game, and that made the overtime session a little bit more challenging for us, for sure.
So what do you take most from the first game? Obviously, like we said, it went into overtime with unfortunately a loss. So as a coach, what do you take most to work on for playing the game?
Well, I think one thing you have to realize, even though we just played them and basically the personnel is the same, when you play another game, each game kind of takes on a life of its own. So we can't necessarily expect the game to go the same way. They shot the ball really well early in the game, and then we sort of responded and shot the ball really well. So it was a pretty high scoring game, especially at halftime, and I think both teams settled in a little bit more defensively in the second half. But certainly I think we know the things that they're going to do. We weren't surprised by anything in the first game, but there's a little more familiarity when you actually have had a chance to play them. So I think we'll rely a little bit more on our player input this time around from the standpoint of just having played them, and maybe a wrinkle or two, but for the most part we're going to be who we are.
What do you expect for Monday from William Jewell? Obviously not a non-conference game, but still very important. Have you guys even watched any film on them yet, or are you kind of waiting for Sunday to do that?
Well, we have our assistant coaches are assigned different teams, so they can kind of get ahead, and I kind of keep narrowly focused on who we're playing next. And of course, in our conference is a little challenging because we're always playing back-to-back nights, so I have to do a little bit of preparing for both teams. And we have one assistant that just focuses on a particular team. So Coach Stover, has Augustana this weekend, and his focus is completely on Augustana. And then Coach Cook actually has William Jewell, and so he's starting to watch film on them. So I haven't as of yet. I will before the end of the weekend, so that as we all of a sudden go from Saturday to Sunday, and now we have another game upon us, that I'll have some familiarity with William Jewell. But you're right, it is an important game. Every opportunity for us right now is important, and for us to get a win going into Christmas break would really benefit our team greatly. So whatever happens on Saturday, certainly we've got to regroup on Sunday and get ourselves ready for the Monday game, and hopefully finish the pre-Christmas season well.
Right. So since I won't get to talk to you until after Christmas break, how do you guys prepare for Christmas break? What do you expect your guys to do over break? And then when they come back, how do you get them kind of back in game mode?
Yeah, well, by Division II rule, we're mandated to take 7 days off, which isn't a bad thing, but it's the exact 7 days for everyone. So after William Jewell, we'll take the next day off, and we'll have 7 days off. Then for us, when we get back, we are right into conference season again. So we have 3 days to get ourselves ready for back-to-back games. So the one thing we'll talk with our guys about, staying in shape and trying to get in the gym, a little bit during their holiday break. Obviously, spend some time with family and do those things, which are important. But and I don't know that we want them to play it necessarily a ton, because usually during the break it's hard to find the kind of competition you want, and we don't want injuries with guys coming back. So try to get them in at least to get a little shooting in, maybe a little running in, so when they come back. It seems like that first day back is always a struggle. You were a player, and you understand. After 7 days, you're not going to lose a lot of conditioning, but it is a little bit of a shock that first day back. So we'll do a lot of running that first day back, and then really segue our last 2 days before we start conference play to really get focused on playing again. As
a coach, do you get a little nervous sending them off for so long and then coming back and hoping they're still in game mode, or do you think that the break is well needed to refresh?
Yeah, a little bit of both, really. I think it is nice because you look at the start of our season, but you really go back to the start of the first day of school.
Right.
When we meet, and I think we have 4 days where we can't do anything, and then we're starting. So the end of that first week of school, we're already starting conditioning. So it is a long stretch this first half of the season. So I think it's good to just take some days off and sort of let the body get fresh and the mind get fresh and come back, but you don't want too long of a time period off. And so I think 7 days is about as much as you'd probably like to have off without really feeling like you're starting to lose a little bit of conditioning and almost having to start over. So.
All right, well, we look forward to talking to you when we get back.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.